What's good, YouTube? It's Javon here, and welcome to probably what's going to be the greatest land battle that you'll ever see in your life. Because in the last episode, I covered a little bit of this map, meaning I've never done this map, but frankly, it looks absolutely stunning. So this is going to take a lot of planning, and this entirety of this episode, which I plan to make around 25 minutes or so, might be solely focused on ground battles. So we'll see. And again, if people could give me a little bit of criticism, because frankly, it's kind of hard to determine how loud the game is in my headset, because I can hear it pretty well. But I have no good way, really, unless, I go over hours and hours of, recordings. I have really, realistically, no way of determining how loud the actual game is. So give me some feedback on that. Let me know what you think about it. Otherwise, let me know. Alright, so let's see. Can they capture this? They cannot. Alright, so the number one thing I'm going to have to figure out right now is where do we go? So this looks like a good place to bombard, so I'm going to put that there. I'm going to move these guys, and this is the landing zone, which is like right above this facility. So I'm going to send these guys all the way up here, I think. Where is the exit? Oh, look at that. There's an actual ship lander here. That's pretty cool. The exit appears to be right here. Alright, so that might be that's absolutely the right move. Alright, so I'll move these T2Bs up to do a little bit of scouting. And let's see. These can move to right there. I've got something right here. What is right here? Oh. Alright, so I can put some turrets right there.
T2B, copy.
These are going to go stay right back here.
I copy.
And these don't really have anywhere to go, so I'll just send them right there.
Upgrade complete. Enemy forces ahead. Reporting in. Can do. Ready to roll.
So what I realistically need to do right now is find good points to build turrets. So I'm sending this right there.
Roger that. Underway.
These right there. And again, the exit for this area is a bit finicky.
Ready, sir.
Oh, there's another factory right there. Can't use it though, unfortunately. Let's see. How many infantry do we have?
Waiting instruction.
Alright, so these guys are going to go over here. Let's see where everybody goes. In the meantime, we'll send our airspeeders to do a little bit of maybe not. Alright, so what we're gonna actually do is take out those. Alright, then we'll pull the airspeeders out of there, and we'll group these with 4 and try to get them up here.
Destroyed. Upgrade complete. Turret constructing. Turret constructing.
Alright, so there's our AA gun. We'll make this a repair station.
I copy, sir.
Move these guys right here.
Follow your lead. Your order.
Take 1 infantry unit, send them back here.
Got it. I copy.
You guys can all come back over here.
Complete.
Reporting.
Jesus.
Roger that. Armor ready.
That's a lot of infantry. Alright, so let's get them all to the landing zone.
Form up. Ready to roll.
Construction complete.
Alright, so what we'll do is we'll make this a bit of a bait group where the majority of our tanks all rally at this point. We'll send all of them right here, actually. Alright, we'll send these guys right there. Make these AA guns, or anti-tank weapons, rather. They've already got a lot of AT-AT or ATSTs out. So we'll send our... Wait a minute. You can't shoot those. Okay, so that's a plus. This is a nice area that I should own. So maybe I'll keep about 3 of these here and try to get some infantry over there. We'll send the anti-tank guys down there and pray that they actually make it. Have you guys actually have these troopers go right here? Secure that landing zone. And then maybe I'll have one more go right here. We've got a lot of areas to fortify, from what I can tell. So ah, come on, don't do that. Alright, well, I guess that's okay. I really wanted to fortify that planet. These are fortress worlds, from what I've been told. Did a little bit of looking at some of the comments on the other video. These seem to be fortress worlds, so they're less likely to attack me, for what I've been told. Gotta say, really disappointed by that. I wanted to fortify the crap out of that planet. Where was it? It was a Levian II. Yeah, I wanted to really fortify this planet. Was it Levian II? I think so. Only thing I'm noticing is we have a high degree lack of infantry on the planet, which could be theoretically a problem, but I don't know. If this is the case that these are fortress worlds, and I can start moving Akbar's forces up to the forces we have at Champala, and theoretically strike a Levian, or Levian II. I'm gonna leave Ryloth alone for a little bit longer. Don't want to fortify Tatooine too much because that's a serious threat. Dala being over in this little area, and that'd just be a waste of credits, frankly. If we can hold our position on the ground, we'll be fine. The space is kind of 50-50, but if we can hold our ground territories, we'll be okay. We do, however, need to fortify Denon. I said that because, I mean, our fleet's not gigantic, per se, but I mean, still a decently sized world. We need to move this all the way back into the base. Move that closer to move all the heavier tanks closer to like some positions like that. Build a few infantry there. Commoners should be able to produce vehicles a little bit faster. That's the map.
Vehicle in production. Vehicle cancelled.
Produce some more heavy tanks. And then I think, yeah, Balthuoi has more facilities for lighter tanks, so that's fine. Alright. And that fleet's not too bad, so we should have a decently high chance of taking that out. So we'll move our forces up to Levian II and pray that they... Sweet. I was hoping that they wouldn't move any ships there, so that's pretty good. In case we need to strike out. The other problem, too, when you look at it, is we don't have a capital shipyard, so that's a big issue. Like, Derera 4 and none of these planets are capital size shipyards. So, excuse me. we're kind of in a position where we're kind of forced to take either Kuat or Corellia. I don't see us pushing all the way up to Seutric or any of these worlds anytime soon. So we'll see. But let's worry about freeing up Levian II for the time being. We've got a lot to do. All right. And I think for the time being, what I am going to do is, let's see. I'm going to adjust the audio a little bit because I think the recording settings are
Most impressive.
Alright, that's fine. Again, give me feedback on that, whether this is good, and I'll just leave it at this. And if it isn't, let me know. Alright. So, this is where the core of their fleet is. They don't have an orbital station, obviously, because we still control the planet.
Choose your reinforcements. Reinforcements cancelled. Reinforcements en route.
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take out these squadrons down here, and apparently the asteroid belt, or that bigger asteroid. Alright, so there's the bulk of their fleet. That other ISD is completely broken off from the main group, which is good.
Reinforcements en route.
Alright, but we are going to have to send some kind of help over here, so we're going to go ahead and drop in the bulk of our fleet.
Reinforcements cancelled.
Try to keep all the MC-80 Liberty types in the back of the fleet. Just because, you know, they have weaker shielding, but they have longer range.
Moving out.
Moving. All ahead. Engines to full.
Orders received. Roger that. Advancing.
I will drop the rest of my X-Wing squadrons in.
En route.
We're drawing their fire. We're going in.
See if we can get those guys out of there. They're dead. Yeah, they're done for. Alright, so there are quite a few bombers there. If we were to drop these squadrons in, they would have probably a decently high chance of destroying that thing.
En route.
And the only squadrons they've got defending them are TIE bombers.
Reinforcements
So, I
en
mean,
route.
pick your fire.
Standing by.
Y-wing squadron.
Oh, could put that as control 0.
Standing by. The orders. At your command. Guns at the ready.
I did not realize how closely knit my fleet formation was.
Not cruiser ready.
We'll
Cruiser responding. Affirmative.
then all of our squadrons again will just defend the front.
I've lost engine 2.
V-wing squadron reporting.
Alright, so all these guys are going to focus on taking out this ISD right here.
Going for their lasers.
Actually, what we're going to focus on is the engine particles. Or, particles, Jesus. We're going to focus on the engines.
Bombers at the ready. Starting my run.
Alright, so the main fleet's doing pretty good.
Heavy cruiser standing by.
We'll focus that group there and these dreadnoughts on the ISD.
Holding fire for maximum effect.
If we can get the thing's engines completely taken care of, then we'll be okay. Alright.
Bombers reporting in.
On calamari cruiser here.
Alright, so we'll focus literally the entire force on that ISD, which will make things a lot better for us.
I've lost engine 2. Ready for orders. I've lost engine 2.
And I just noticed they've got a little Lancer right in the middle of it all.
Take out
And we can just focus all of our ships to fire on that. We'll eliminate a bit of a headache. That ISD is dead in the water, so I'm not too concerned about it right now. We'll focus all these guys here and get the corvettes that are barely surviving out of there. Alright, so the fleet's holding up pretty well.
Weapons ready.
Where are the X-Wing squadrons? Are they over here? Yeah, they are. Alright. We'll take that out because we cannot afford to lose Dreadnought. And then, actually, yeah, we'll have you move back there. We'll move all of our surviving Dreadnoughts back. They're not looking too hot. That ship just hyperspaced out of here too, I just realized. Alright, so the engines on the ISD are toast. We'll direct the rest of our fighters over there and send everybody to take that guy out. I'll direct my Mon Calamari cruisers to focus on that, to be honest. Just because the frigates are too unreliable. Oh, corvettes, what are you doing? Alright, so we've lost a few fighter squadrons, which, you know, death is never good, no matter how small the unit is. But, I mean, we've down 2 ISDs and a decently sized Imperial fleet. A couple of ships got away, but that's perfectly fine. They'll show up as destroyed here. So yeah, squadrons and a corvette. I mean, we didn't lose any of our big ships. So, not a full victory, but hey. And if these ships are just going to be like this, then I'm going to go ahead and focus on, let's see. This isn't that bad of a fortress world. We just need a bigger force than what I'm working with here, which really isn't that much. And again, we can only build frigate slash midweight cruiser or mid-sized cruiser vessels here. So I'm going to move Akbar up north, pull this force back from Levian, send it to Shambhala.
Construction complete.
Get some spies on Dara 4. I can't really rely on just Mothma to make all of our ships. The only issue we have right now is we have no accessible way to the lower half of our galaxy, or of our forces. So, I forget which faction this is too. Let's see. But in the meantime, we'll just keep building a ton of Y-Wings right there. Not our best ship, obviously, but hey. Or rather, not our best starfighter type. Alright, so we've got a fleet of 56 right here. We can probably cut a majority of these X-Wing and Y-Wing squadrons down. Because Akbar is 10. And he comes stock with fighters, so I mean, that should be fine. 56, okay. And then a Dauntless. Move a Dreadnought out. Maybe. 57, alright. And then move a carrier up. That seems like the better roster. So while we lose a lot of our smaller starfighter support, we still maintain a majority of the fleet. We actually have a slot left. Yeah, we'll just send another corvette. Because I'm trying to make this both a defensive and a tactical fleet. If it was more tactical, or not a tactical, but more of an assault fleet, I would have way more ships there. I did not see what was here, because I did not pay attention. Hmm. They might be gearing up to assault Ryloth.
Unit in
We'll
production.
build some dauntlesses there. That reveal does not last long. It does not last long at all. Sweet. Alright. We've successfully secured the Ryle core with the cooperation of the Twi'leks. Send Mirax Tarek, this guy, from Ryloth to Borlias so the Vatrix can finish developing the treatment. Her father, Booster, can provide an escort with the Star Destroyer he captured, and the Twi'lek Dira has joined us as well. Okay. So we've got another hero. Who's a Twi'lek. Kind of looks like the chick from Rogue One. And then we've got Booster. Send Mirax Tarek to Borlias with the Ryle core. Okay. Let's pause this for a second and consider our options here. Taldira, physically imposing Twi'lek pilot and a warrior. Taldira was commander of a squadron of Cheer Daki starfighters. He resigned from Ryle's military to aid Wedge Antilles in the Bacta War, and he eventually joined Rogue Squadron. Nice. And this is Tarek's daughter. Mirax was the daughter of the notorious Corellian smuggler Booster Tarek, and a childhood friend of Wedge Antilles, of course. After her father was arrested by Hal Horn and sentenced to hard labor in Kessel, the young Mirax took charge of Tarek's extensive operation and turned it into a profitable and almost entirely legitimate business. Her friendship with Wedge led her to aiding Rogue Squadron on several occasions. There she met Coran Horn, and much to her father's chagrin, began a relationship with the son of the man who had arrested him. Huh. Alright. And then we've got Booster himself. So hopefully the Arant is not too much of the broken variant. But if that's the case and we need to get them all the way up there, let's see. We need to definitely get them off of this planet and all the way around to Halanet. And then if we can get some spies going, we can see what our options are.
Assault frigate here.
Unit in production.
Yeah, that's fine. Mon Mothma. It'll just stay right there, actually. Mining facilities. Alright.
Reporting in.
So let's check out our options in the Corellia sector.
Reporting in.
Corellia is stacked. Like, really stacked right now. We have no access to any Mon Calamari Star Cruisers. What we could do is, we could try to assault Kuat, which is guarded literally by 8 Star Destroyers, though.
Constructing unit. Unit cancelled.
We're going to try to see if building one of these works.
Vehicle.
I've tried using these transports before in the past, and it was never met with much success.
Reporting in. Assault frigate here.
We'll leave these fighters with these guys. And we'll spy on Thyfera. This planet is incredibly poorly defended.
Construction. Vehicle in
Quasar
production.
reporting for duty, sir.
Unit
Marauder
in
cruiser
production.
here.
Constructing unit.
So yeah, we'll just build up our forces here and get an assault force led by Akbar. Because I mean that's a pretty big fleet.
Construction
I want to
complete.
say. I do know we could theoretically cheese the game and B-Wing spam the planet, but that's cheesing. This cruiser is actually just going to get it moved up to Denon. Because there's just no point. It's not going to be able to do much back there by itself.
Assault brigadier.
Build that. What all do we have here? We put an ion cannon there. Karita doesn't look like much right now. And again, I'm not lagging when I say that. I look at things and think before I say them. Build one of those. Turbo laser towers, shield generator. But again, Coruscant is relatively fine because I've got Levian II producing most of our Levian II. There we go. Levian II is producing most of our heavy vehicles, so I might put a couple of heavy factories on Brental since it's actually in direct danger. Actually, you know what? We'll send Han to Bacta. We'll move you out of this fleet because you're not needed just yet. We'll leave this fleet as is.
Unit in production. Constructing unit.
Yep, so we're going to move all of our ships to Coruscant and start gearing up an assault force to take Kuwait.
Artillery online.
Constructing. Building cancelled.
Destination received.
Enlisting. Construction complete.
Alright, so the turbo laser tower is good to go there. This is still not that big of a fleet though, is my problem. In the language of some people, we need more DACA. Don't worry about the joke, it's a terrible one.
Construction.
So that's Isard. Where did she go?
Enemy fleet approaching.
Where? Fleet is about to invade Borlias? Really?
Enemy fleet approaching.
Is that Borlias? Denon. Ooh. We've got a decent fleet. We could try putting up a fight, but 64. We're gonna need every single starship we can to hold out Denon.
Tactical battle imminent.
And Borlias is actually not getting hit too hard. That's fine.
Ready for combat. Nebulon B
Tactical battle
brigadier.
imminent.
What in the world? Alright, so it's mostly Lancer frigates and victories, which is fine because she takes up 35 population points, and that doesn't mean she'll get.
There they are.
Reinforcements en route.
Wow, we are literally in firing range of each other. That's cool, game. Alright, so before she can even get off her shots good, we'll just start queuing up our squadrons to. Actually, rogues are gonna go with our third group of fighters. Our Quasars are gonna 100% retreat to the back of the map.
Ready, sir.
Coordinates, sir.
So we'll label those as 0.
Ready for orders.
This is the fully upgraded variant of the Iran Venture, which is nice.
Understood.
Damn! The Starfighters are not gonna have a good time getting through those.
I'm here.
Alright, so what we're going to actually do is...
Awaiting orders.
That did nothing to our shields.
Reinforcements en route.
Is this a full retreat?
Frigate reporting. Cannons armed. I'm on it.
Reporting in, sir. Easy target.
I've been hit.
Dreadnought cruiser ready.
I've lost engine 2.
Cruiser standing by.
Reinforcements en route.
Ready, sir. I've lost engine 2.
Reinforcements en route.
Yes, Commander. Reporting in. No problem, Commander.
I've lost engine 2. I've lost engine 2.
Affirmative.
Need help.
Ready.
Been hit.
Incoming fire.
Ready for
I've got
orders.
hostiles. Reporting for duty. Your orders? Moving as ordered, sir.
Ready for action.
This is going to be interesting.
In progress.
Weapons armed. Yes, Commander.
The 3 assault frigates is a nice boost to our general force.
Form up. Awaiting orders.
Ready for your orders.
Copy. I copy. Underway.
What is your order?
Cruiser
Frigate reporting. Coordinates received.
Yes, Commander.
3-2, full throttle.
I'm here.
Incoming fire. I've got hostiles. I need backup now. Yes, sir.
Come on, rogues, get out of there.
Commander.
Incoming fire. I've got hostiles. Moving to coordinates.
Standing by.
Reporting. Reporting in, sir. Waiting for orders.
Ready, sir. Need help. Ready for orders.
Upgrade
Acknowledged.
complete.
Yes, Commander.
Yes, sir. I've got one on me. I've got one on me. Right away.
Reporting in. Ready.
Sorry if I'm a little quiet, I'm just thinking right now. Alright, so Hapens are here actually, which is good. Hapens are a pretty strong force to reckon with.
For your orders.
Ion cannon
is your order?
available.
That dreadnought is done for.
Upgrade complete.
If we can just keep peppering that thing with ion cannon shots, these Hapens actually might be able to take it out.
I'm here.
And Booster is doing a great job of, here, you get out of here, but, oh, he doesn't have the boost ability anymore.
Standing by. On my way.
So majority of our fighters survive, which is great.
Station ready.
Waiting orders.
Alright, so let's figure out what we're going to do here to mount this defense.
Orders received. Roger that. Setting course. We're on the move. Moving ahead.
Oh man. I feel like this is going to be a battle that just might draw out the video a little too long. I think I'm going to divide this video up into 2 parts and go from there. So thank you all for watching. You'll see this battle in the next part. I'm not trying to gyp you guys, I promise. I just don't want to drag the video on for more than 35 minutes because the other one was 40-ish, almost an hour. Unless you like long videos, you know. The general consensus usually doesn't. So I'm going to stop here and we'll finish this fight out in the next video. Thanks for watching. May the force be with you all. Peace.